An Indian student at the London School of Economics, Satyam Surana, who came to the limelight when he picked up the tricolour from the road, defying the attack at the Indian High Commission in the United Kingdom by extremist elements last year, now alleges hate campaigns against him during the student union elections at London School of Economics.
So what happened was the LSE student union elections were declared in around February and the early March, and then I filed my nomination for the same, and I was running for the post of general secretary for the LSE students union, and then the campaigning started from 11th of March for the elections, and the voting was scheduled on 18th and 19th of March. So somewhere around 14th, 15th of March, we noticed that my posters, the campaigning posters in the campus which I had put on, are started to being ripped off. They were torn and they were disappeared. Then we complained to the authorities. Then we replaced all the posters that were ripped off as well. And then on 15th and 16th, some of my posters were defaced. Like there were crosses on my face and things were written like anyone but Satyam and red marks on my face. I was cancelled out. This went on the 15th, on 16th, and on 17th, that is just a day before the voting day, on 17th afternoon, there were random messages on all the groups in LSE, Indian groups, the law school groups, of which I am a part of, and all that. See, this Satyam Surana is a BJP supporter. Here are his tweets. He is a radical fascist person. He's an Islamophobe. He's a queer phobe. He's a transphobe, and he has been associated with the BJP, which is a fascist party. And the message is so seditious and contemptuous of the Indian government and the current establishment that they went on to say that the Indian government is ruled by BJP, which is a fascist party, and they are purchasing Israeli drones to occupy Kashmir in India. They are bombing parts of central India. Then BJP has implemented extremely radical anti-Muslim laws in India, and this person is an active supporter of BJP. They screenshotted some of my tweets wherein I had just praised the central government for some laws and in some recent incidents. Then they put up my tweets that he is praising Narendra Modi, so he's a part of BJP and he's a fascist person as well. He's a racist one. And I was getting messages from random people that you are a racist, we know you are a transphobe, we know you are a queer phobe, we know you are a Islamophobe, we will not be voting for you, we'll be voting for somebody else. People were commenting on my Facebook posts, and this harassment started like some all around 17th, 18th, and 19th, the 2 days of voting and the day before voting period.
So, in the story that you had sent the basic story,
Yes.
there you were talking about that you were initially getting very overwhelming support from when you were
Yes.
contesting. Yeah. So basically, that's what I'm asked. That's what I want to know that were the people who were giving you overwhelming support initially, and those who started this propaganda afterwards, were they the same people, or they were completely two different sets of people?
You see, the campaigning week, I along with my campaigning team went around the entire campus. So LSE campus is a big. LSE has more than 13,000 students, and we made it a point that we need to reach out to as many students as possible in all the different departments, like be it the smallest department or be it the biggest department of law, management, or anything. And we were just going around interacting with people and explaining our policy. I had a very well written, a well drafted, and a concrete manifesto in place, which was not at all political. That manifesto was solely focused on how things need improvement at LSE, how we need a centralized grievance redressal portal at LSE, how smallest things like having international sockets for the international students at LSE, having subsidized food on campus. So the manifesto was nowhere political. This entire campaign was nowhere political, not left wing, right wing. There was no. I was merely campaigning based on the visionary manifesto that I had made, and we were just reaching out to people. We were having classroom shoutouts, lecture hall shoutouts. We were campaigning rigorously on social media, on Instagram, and people were coming out in our support. Yeah, that we will vote for you. People were commenting that yes, when the voting day starts, you send us an email with the voting link when it goes live, and we will vote for you. People are putting on stories. Some of the societies at LSE, like the Family Law Society, they came out in active endorsement for me that yeah, we endorse this candidate for the position of general secretary. So every candidate got their set of endorsement and support. But out of all these three candidates, it was particularly me who was targeted by some elements, and randomly, I don't like randomly on the LSE WhatsApp groups when these messages started coming out, I myself was shocked. My entire team was like in a dilemma that yeah, we are working together as a team. The entire moral conscience of my campaigning team was like shattered. They all they want was like the people who transpired in this hate campaign. They wanted us to deviate the focus from our campaign and like get into unnecessary debates. You like waste our time into debates with them. But we still continued campaigning. We did not come out at that time because we did not want unnecessary attention and we did not want to engage into unnecessary debates. One or two general statements we made on the groups where these messages came out, and then these people started on like hampering me with questions like on the LGBTQ group of LAC, I put out that yeah, I have been a lawyer and I have been an advocate of LGBTQ rights as well. And none of my tweets that you screenshotted and put on the group, none of the tweets, they put four of my tweets in there. In one tweet, I have addressed the issue of Hindus and Sikhs living together in context of the Khalistan movement. So what happened was somewhere around early October, I was in the news because I picked up the national flag from the Indian High Commission amongst the Khalistani protesters. And I was blessed. I was lucky to get some media coverage around that time, and I was interviewed by national media channel. Even ANI interviewed me. ANI covered that news as well. So snippets from that news was put out that yeah, this person speaks against the protesters who are protesting against the anti-fascist government in India, and this person is the person who calls the Khalistanis as terrorists. So that is my country, right? I will always be an advocate for my country. And whatever I put on my Twitter, like how is Indian politics relevant in an student union election in the UK, right? So my views, my endorsement to the Indian government, to my government back in my country is entirely my personal matter. So these people are doxing my social media accounts and putting another photograph of me with the Deputy Chief Minister of Maharashtra, C. Devendra Fadnavis, was circulated because when I landed in Mumbai for a short break, I had come to spend New Year's with my family back in December. So Devendra Fadnavis ji invited me to his residence and like just to facilitate me and to appreciate me for the act that I did in London of picking up the national flag. So that was an innocent act from my side. And these photographs were circulated, and I was linked to be a part of the BJP, of the fascist government. I was termed to be a Nazi nationalist person and boycott Satyam, right wing, out of campus. So this is, see, when the message heading was circulated as right wing, out of campus, that means that this campaign was dictated or planned by the left wing organizations, whosoever it may be. The only thing that hurts is like it was our fellow Indian students who forwarded these messages which questioned the sovereignty of India. These messages contained texts like India is occupying Kashmir, BJP is bombing central parts of India. So how shameless can people be to forward these messages? Indian students forwarding these messages, hampering the sovereignty and integrity of our nation on Indian groups.
News Desk, Kaumudy Global.